Did you see that? Today's episode of Bounce and Jump is about how we can help people, and we'll be thinking about our friends Deo and Alondra on this week's episode of Bounce and Jump.
Hey Kerith kids, and welcome back to KidsTV for Bounce and Jump. My name is Jo and I'll be bringing the teaching to you today, and it's all about compassion. But first of all, what is the kindest thing that someone has ever done to you? Maybe it's someone has shared their sweets or shared their toys, or maybe when you've been ill, someone at home has looked after you. Why don't you just think, what has been the nicest thing that someone has done for you? And today's Bible story that we're going to read is all about someone who showed kindness and compassion to someone when they weren't in a good way. So the story that we're going to read is called the Good Samaritan. So it says this: Jesus was so popular with the people that the religious leaders became jealous of him. They wanted to get rid of him, and some even wished for his death. Others tried to catch him out with difficult questions, such as, what do I need to do to have eternal life? What does God's law say you should do? Jesus asked the leader in return. I must love God with all my heart and strength and mind, answered the man. And I must love my neighbour as much as myself. But what does that mean? Who is my neighbour? To answer the question, Jesus did what he often did. He told a story. There once was a man who was on a journey from Jerusalem to Jericho. On the way, he was attacked by robbers. They beat him and left him for dead. Soon after, a priest passed along the road. When he saw the man, he walked by on the other side. Then a teacher of the law came along, said Jesus. He did nothing to help the man either. He too crossed over and continued his journey. Later, a Samaritan came along. He saw the man and immediately felt sorry for him. He gently cleaned up the man's wound, and with great care, he placed the man on his donkey and took him to a nearby inn. Next day, continued Jesus. When the Samaritan had to leave, he gave the innkeeper some money and said, "Take care of this man. When I come this way again, I will pay you any extra that you have to spend." The Samaritan did all this, even though the man was a Jew, and the Jews did not like the Samaritans. Jesus looked at the leader who had asked him the question and said, "Who would you say behaved like a real neighbor?" "The Good Samaritan," replied the man. "Then go," said Jesus, "and try to be more like him." Try to be more like the Good Samaritan. And the Good Samaritan, he was kind and he showed compassion. Kindness is just being like a best friend to everyone you can around. And compassion is to show like love and to show action to those who are suffering. And at Kerith, we sponsor 2 children at a charity called Compassion who are called Deo and Alondra. And sponsoring them, we can help them to have a good life, to grow up with having love and education and sport and be able to access healthcare and all these good things that we have here so that they can also access where they are too. So what can you do to show kindness and compassion? Well, when you come to church on Sundays, why don't you bring some of your money that you have? It can be as small or as big, because it's going to make a difference. Or you can be kind by writing a letter to Deo and Alondra to show them what is it that you like, what is it that you want Deo and Alondra to know. Through sponsoring them, we can show the love of Christ, and you too in this week can show the love of Christ to people around you too.
we are going to worship and we're going to sing about the amazing grace of Jesus. But I need your help with something. So today we're going to show Jesus our best dance moves. This is mine and I want to see yours, okay? Okay, so now it's your turn to show me yours. Who breaks the power of sin and darkness? Whose love is mighty and so much stronger? The King of glory, the King above all kings. Who shakes the whole earth with holy thunder? Who leaves us breathless in awe and wonder? The King of glory, the King above all kings. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross. You laid down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Remember to keep showing Jesus your best dance moves. Who brings our chaos back into order? Who makes the orphan a son and daughter? The King of glory, the King above all kings. Who rules the nations with truth and justice, shines like the sun in all of his brilliance. The King of glory, the King above all kings. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross. You laid down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy, worthy, worthy. Oh, this is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross. You laid down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me.
that was another great episode of Bounce and Jump. And we learned about Deo and Alondra and the ways we can help people. See you next week. Bye.